Hey there, and welcome to my 1 in 99 agility guide. I think it's one of the most dreaded skills around RuneScape next to rune crafting, but with this guide I hope to pack all the essential information in one location so that you can start your way to 99. Let's have a look at the topics that we will cover in this agility guide. First of all, I will go extensively over all the courses around RuneScape. You have rooftop courses and regular courses. Next, I will briefly touch on some other training methods that you can do to train agility. Some I will cover a bit more extensively than others. And I will also give you an overview of what equipment you should be wearing when doing agility and what benefits agility offers. Finally, in the guide I will also cover various roads to 99 agility, which probably is the reason that you are here in the first place. This is an overview of 6 out of 7 regular courses in RuneScape. On these courses you will not gain any marks of grace, which can be used to obtain a graceful set, which we will talk about during the equipment, or stamina potions. So you have your Gnome Stronghold, Penguin course and Barbarian Outpost that can be done during the early levels, your mid-tier courses on Apatol, the Wilderness and the Werewolf course that grant anywhere from 50 to around 70k experience per hour, and finally your high-tier course on Privdiness that grants slightly worse XP than the Werewolf course but grants crystal shards as well. Doing courses is fairly intuitive and is done by climbing over, under or through obstacles in a lap. At the end of each lap there is some extra bonus experience granted for completing an entire lap. During the agility grind, usually people tend to only do either the course in Apatol, the Wilderness, the Werewolf course, or the high course at Privdiness because of their high XP rate, and simply because early levels are usually done by questing and obtaining the graceful set over the rooftop courses for improved stamina and run energy. Rooftop courses can be found in nearly every city in RuneScape and are the most common method of training agility. They grant marks of grace that can be exchanged for pieces of the graceful set or amethyst crystals that are used with Herbler to create stamina potions. I try to gather all information such as XP per hour and the amount of marks of grace per hour for each and every course. The number for the marks of grace, however, are only a rough benchmark since they spawn randomly, and the amount you obtain per course is reduced by 20% once your agility level becomes 20 levels higher than the required level for that course, as confirmed by one of the JMods. Up until you achieve your full graceful set, the Canvas course is the way to go, as it grants the highest amount of marks per hour and you want the set as fast as possible. If you are however below level 40, you should do the lower rooftop courses until 40. Usually the full set is acquired before level 60, but this obviously is up to your RNG with the marks of grace. After Canvas, Sears Village is usually the way to go since it offers the highest experience and marks per hour. The amount of XP per hour can be increased when you have completed the hard Canaring Diary to 59k per hour, since you're then able to teleport right outside Sears' bank, which is the start of the course. Also, the marks of grace of the course are increased by 5, 10 and 15% for the easy, medium and hard diary respectively. This is also one of the reasons why it's quite hard to predict the amount of marks per hour for this course. For the remainder of the courses, Palavanich is barely used due to a lower amount of XP per hour. Relica is also not preferred by a lot of players due to a slightly lower XP per hour. However, it is the way I went as an Ironman due to the 20% reduction of marks after level 80 at Sears. Finally, you have one of the most popular courses, Ardoin, that will most likely be your end stop for your grind to 99. Besides regular and rooftop courses, there are also other ways to level up agility. Good examples are the Brimhaven Agility Arena, the Agility Pyramid, Dorgish Khan and the Underwater Agility and Thieving minigame. They offer quite a decent amount of XP and other perks when doing them and might give you some variety whilst training agility. So if at some point you're tending to burn out on one of the rooftops of RuneScape, know there are other ways to still train agility and have a change of scenery in the process. In this guide, however, I won't go over all of them as it would take me too far in terms of what information I tend to provide you guys in this guide. If however some of you are interested to know more of some of these methods, let me know in the comment section below and I might make a guide out of it. Alright, now that you know how and where to train agility, let's go over the equipment you should wear and bring and the benefits agility can offer you. The most important gear during the entirety of your agility training is the full graceful set. Graceful clothing is weight reducing gear that can be bought from Grace found in the Rogue's Den beneath the Toad and Chicken in Burtrup. The pieces are bought with marks of grace which are obtained by completing rooftop agility courses. While individual pieces of the graceful set will increase the rate of a player's natural run restoration, adding up to 20% in total. Wearing the full set will grant you an additional bonus of 10% restoration, adding up to a 30% increased natural run restoration for the entire set. Note that other pieces of weight reducing gear such as the Boot of Lightness and a Spottier Cape can also be worn, but they don't increase the speed of run restoration. For the statistics, I have included the image of the graceful stats in the description below. Okay, now, since your XP per hour greatly depends on the amount of failures during courses or other methods, boosting your agility level might be something you want to do. To boost your agility level, commonly agility potions and or summer pies are used. Where agility potions grant a +3 boost, summer pies grant a +5 boost. Personally, I do not use boosts very often during agility, but you might want to consider boosting some levels with summer pies to be able to do the Ardoin course a couple of levels earlier than 90 to speed up your training. Another obviously very useful thing about agility is the natural run restoration. The graph on the right displays the amount of time or ticks it takes per percentage of run energy to restore. As you can see at 99, your run energy when wearing full graceful can restore from 0 to 100% in a little over 3 minutes, whereas it takes 10 minutes or more at level 1. This means that run restoration goes 3 times as fast with a high agility level, so it might be definitely worth the grind. The second to last perk that agility offers are the ability to buy Amelie's crystals with Marks of Grace, making it the only source of stamina potions for Ironman. For regular accounts, it could also be that it's sort of a moneymaker since the Amelie's crystals can be sold at the GE for about 1.2k GP each. Other than it being a benefit, you can also use stamina potions during the agility courses if you notice that you run out of energy in between the laps. Personally, I did not encounter being out of run energy anymore at higher levels, so you can start saving up those bad boys. At last but not least, being a decent agility level grants you access to a variety of shortcuts around RuneScape, making a lot of travel shorter so that you can spend more of your time doing what you want rather than going from point A to B. Quickly before I dive into some roads to 99, let me mention first that the early levels it's possible and you probably should level up your agility by questing. As with any skill, the most efficient way of training in the beginning is by quests. I have researched all quests that grant agility experience, either directly or by choice, on the wiki and have selected the quests that were most appealing in my opinion to do at an early level. Obviously some of the quests in the list are high tier, but for completeness I have listed them all. From levels 1 to 10 you will be doing the Gnome Strongholds course. XP rates vary from around 8 to 9k per hour, meaning you'll be fairly quick done here. Again, my suggestion here is to start out with quests such that you can skip this part of the grind. From levels 10 to 20, Draenor Village Rooftop is the most profitable. You'll be looking at around 10k XP per hour and about 5 Marks of Grace an hour. Since you'll only be spending around 28 laps here, depending on your failure rate, not a lot of marks will be gained here. However, since the main goal when starting to do agility is to get full graceful, it is beneficial to take your chances and start out at Draenor. You might even get lucky and collect a few marks in the process. Next on the list, from levels 20 to 30 you should be going to Al-Kharid, where you will also gain around 10k XP per hour but double the amount of marks. So yet again, you won't be going here for the extra XP, but for the extra marks to speed up the process as fast as possible towards full graceful. From 20 to 30 you'll be required to run around 50 laps, which is again prone to the amount of failures you have along the way. From levels 30 to 40 you'll be moving to Varrock. You can expect about 13k XP per hour and a similar amount of marks per hour as in Al-Kharid. If however you only want to gain XP, the Penguin course is your best shot. However, this is not recommended since you won't be gaining any marks, making it an inefficient route to pursue. In Varrock you'll be needing around 101 laps in total to get from 30 to 40. If at any point you have gained a sufficient amount of marks to buy one or more pieces of the Graceful set, it is strongly recommended that you do so to speed up your run and energy restoration. For the levels 40 to 60 you should go to Canvas. It will give you around 19k XP per hour and around 50 Marks of Grace an hour. You either stay here until 60, requiring you to do around 986 laps, or 52, requiring you to do around 360 laps. Note that when you want to get the most amounts of Marks of Grace, you best stay here until 60, since at 52 you will be going to the Wilderness course, which I will show you in a second. Normally between level 50 and 60 you should have acquired the full Graceful set, so it's really up to you which route you prefer. Some might say that the change of scenery is nice, although getting into the Wilderness can result in people killing you, which also slows down the process. If you have chosen to stop at 52, then from levels 52 to 60 you should go to the Wilderness course. It grants about 47.5k XP per hour and requires you to do around 440 laps. As you can see, this method is significantly faster than the Canvas one, so if you want to speed up the process you should definitely go here. As a warning, it should be noted that graceful clothing is lost upon death and irretrievable in wilderness level 20 or above, so it's best not to bring your graceful set to this place. As of level 60 you have unlocked the rooftops of Sears Village. From this point on I will present you with 3 possible routes that you can take. Note that the completion of the Kandarin Hard Tire really factors into the XP per hour that you will get, as well as the amount of marks per hour that you will get. Without the completion of the Kandarin Hard Tire you will gain around 46k XP per hour, where the completion of the tire will boost it up to a maximum of 59k per hour. For the Marks of Grace it varies between 15 to 20 marks per hour. For the first route, the easiest way is to do this from level 60 to 90. This will require you to do 8,900 laps, hence having the Kandarin Hard Tire completed will definitely benefit you in the long run. Note that after level 80, the rate of marks that you will receive will drop by 20% as explained earlier in this guide. For the second route, you should be going from level 60 to 80, requiring you to do around 3,171 laps. This method will give you the maximum amount of marks for this course without a drop-off ratio as with the previous route. As a final option, you can also go here from level 60 to 70, requiring you to do around 860 laps in total. I recommend this method when you don't have the Kandarin Hard Tire completed and you don't feel like doing it either. As of level 70 you are able to do the pull of each course. As mentioned during the possible routes you could take at Sears, usually you end up here if you have not completed the Kandarin Hard Diary, because this course simply grants more XP per hour. As a comparison, this course will grant you around 52k XP per hour instead of the 46 you get at Sears. The amount of Marks of Grace is slightly lower here, so if you're planning on collecting as much Marks of Grace as possible, I'd recommend you stay at Sears for those extra Marks of Grace. Also, for the sake of completeness, you would require to do 1403 laps to get from level 70 to 80. From levels 80 to 90 you can also opt to do the Rooftop Course in Relica. This course grants around 55k XP and 50 Marks of Grace per hour. Doing the Relica course would require you to do around 4309 laps in total. If you have completed the Kandarin Hard Diary and with the reduced rate of marks, it is quite similar to the course in Sears. But to have a change in scenery, it is nice to have an alternative since it doesn't really offer any downsides. Personally, I took this route and I can assure you that I was not disappointed in the amount of XP nor the amount of marks that I received over the course of all these laps. Finally, from levels 90 to 99 you should do the Rooftop Course in Ardoin. It offers the best XP rates and marks per hour overall. The amount of XP per hour you will gain is around 62k and you can expect to collect around 20 to 25 marks each hour as well. Note that completing the Ardoin Elite Diary will result in an increase of 25% marks per hour, getting you very close to these 25 I previously mentioned. To get from 90 all the way to 99, it would require you to do around 9,695 laps in total, which in the end will give you lots and lots of Marks of Grace. One of the main benefits at Ardoin is that the Marks of Grace spawn in only one location instead of random locations around the course, as is the case with other rooftop courses. Since Marks of Grace are stackable and you can expect a mark between every 2 to 3 minutes, you can leave them on the ground as they have a despawn timer of 10 minutes, which refreshes every time a mark is added onto that pile. I do however recommend you to pick them up every once in a while, since you might end up DCing and thus losing your hard-earned marks. If you're not the type of person to do rooftop courses over and over until the end of time, luckily there are some other good trading methods out there. One of these methods is the Brimhaven Agility Arena. I recommend going there at around 80 to 85 plus in agility, since it reduces your failed obstacles drastically. At a higher agility level you can obtain up to 67k XP per hour if you factor in exchanging your tickets you obtain in a shop for agility XP. In a nutshell, the way the arena works is you have to tag pillars over and over, which are separated by several obstacles. The rules are that you have to tag the pillars consecutively before the target pillar is changed, as you see on the clip. Whenever you miss a pillar, you will not get a ticket if you tag the next pillar, but only will receive a ticket if you get to the next pillar in time. This minigame might be more intensive than doing rooftop courses, but it is less repetitive in terms of the similar clicks that you have to perform whenever you're doing rooftop courses. As a final alternative method, there is the Werewolf Agility course near the Skullbolt course. It is very fast to do and can grant you up to 70k XP per hour. To enter the course you will need 60 agility, the completion of Creature of Frankenstein and a Ring of Chaos in order to have the gatekeeper let you in. So if you're after fast agility experience, this course will probably be the way to go for you after 60 agility. And with that I will end my guide on how to get 99 agility. I truly hope it will help you in your journey towards 99. If you would have any remaining questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If you also feel like this guide did help you and you enjoyed watching it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, guys. Cheers!